buy zone is 25. Not buy zone 21 to 25. Okay. Signal prepare mod. ND1 signal schedule. Oh. Okay. And that's it. I've made a lot of. I did made a lot of money today, yeah. Shorting Bitcoin. It's not serious. This is. Look, it's completely retarded what happens here on.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome, dear people, to day 35 of the Crypto Challenge. Welcome to an epic day of movement in the market, as you guys can see on your screen here. We had a lot of red candles today, some big red candles today. And it has been interesting. I do apologize if the music, maybe someone saying it wasn't quite appropriate for the day that they've had. I do apologize for that. There's only so much I can do in terms of music selection, to be completely honest and frank. But we've had an interesting day. And usually every day before the stream, I think of a snazzy title for the stream of the day. Today, however, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. I was like, yeah, I can't think of anything. So let's start off with our tradition that we always have of checking out our balances. 1184.09. I was in the process of updating it throughout the day just to see how much we were down. So I'll just replace here. It's 1184.09. Is that right? What did I just read? Yes, 1184.09. So it's only 12% down right now, which is okay, because earlier on today we were down almost 20%. We were, genuinely. This number was 19 point something percent. And I came on and I typed in the number here. Let me just copy this. And I went, I think it was like 1102 point whatever. And I looked at that and I was like, and I think everyone in the team as well, were feeling a little bit, how did you guys feel, actually?
Well, disappointed.
Yeah.
But
I think for me and Jeff, I think we both checked it around the same time, which is after the kind of dumpening happened. I was fast asleep. And I woke up and found that. And I was like, this is gonna be fun. I'm sure everybody woke up today. Sorry, Grizz.
I'm on the West Coast, so I woke up a lot later to a text message saying, "Hey, did you see WTC's 30% down?" And I went, "Huh?" So it was a great wake up.
Yeah.
Wasn't a great wake up.
No, I think it was really difficult for a lot of people, and to wake up and see that level of kind of red in your account is disheartening, to be completely honest and to be completely frank. It's not nice to wake up and see minus 20%. However, simply by holding, we managed to recover 6% over the course of the day today. So let's have a look. Let's just simply quickly have a look at what is going on with this here. This here is Bitters Coinus, and we were moving kind of in a bit of a downward trend. God, I love this color. Matches my eyes perfectly. We were going on a downward trend. Let me adjust this because I don't like that. I like to do them in yellow. I like to make them medium and dotted. There we go. That's what you guys are more used to, isn't it? And it looked okay kind of yesterday. It looked okay. Let's move this line here to the stream time yesterday. I don't even know what the date today is. It is the 7th. So let's move it across 24 hours. And there. So this is what it looked like yesterday. It looked like we had escaped from this channel, at least this descending channel, and come back and met the top of the channel as support. You know, we kind of bounced off of that quite a few times, and then we went through a period of going a bit sideways, to be completely honest, and then some things happened in the market, and there's a lot of theories as to what exactly happened. There's a lot of people saying that such and such happened, or this and that happened, etc. But by far, this was by far the biggest thing. Binance, apparently, there was a rumor Binance was hacked. A rumor that Binance was hacked. Was Binance hacked? No, Binance wasn't hacked. But the very fact that that people came out saying, you know, that Binance was hacked, that caused a lot of people to panic sell. In my opinion, this drop here was generally just related to the Binance news. I know a lot of other people have other opinions. People saying, oh, it's related as well at exactly the same time. Too many other things happened, you know. When was this now? This was that's 9.5 hours ago. So if we go back down to 9.5 hours ago on the news here, okay, I don't know where it is actually. Well, there was this one here. Can't even remember where it was now. Yeah, this one here. A Mt. Gox trustee sells $400 million in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. And then basically there had been thing about crackdown on trading in you know, rubbish articles, and then obviously then some stuff of possible hack, and then we had the, where was it gone? Can't even remember now. It was here earlier. Something about the CSC claiming something. The SEC, cryptocurrencies must be registered with the SEC. That then came out. A lot of things basically came out, and so a lot of people attributed this drop to a culmination of multiple news articles and multiple stuff and lots of bullshit and lots of FUD and lots of blah blah blah, and yeah. So
And also, don't think that this is the last thing you hear, because this is just the beginning now. Tomorrow and this whole week you will hear a lot of thought about Tether again, that's not backed up, and like everything is going to start all over. Just don't worry and just hang tight.
yeah, I mean, for now this dropped, okay, and by the time it hit the bottom, and Binance were coming out saying, you know, all of the funds are safe. We can check it out here. All the funds are safe. There were irregularities in the trading activity. Automatic alarms were triggered. Some accounts may have been compromised by phishing from before. We are still investigating. All funds are safe. That there was 6 hours ago. And if we come back to here, and if I'm just going to go up to the 1 hour just to count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours ago, they came out saying that. And then not only that, we have localized the irregular trades. They will be reversed. So in actual fact, Binance are coming in and saying that they will recredit the people who were directly affected by this. Does that mean then that if you sold because you saw it going down, that you are going to get your money back? No, it does not. It just simply means that, what was the issue? Let's talk about the issue. The issue stemmed from their API, okay? The API is something that probably all of us use because we use some sort of portfolio tracker or some sort of system or whatever it is, and we use the API. And it appears that a bunch of users were signed up to a service or signed up to something that utilizes the API, and there was some rogue code or a hack done on that system, and therefore somebody was able to get access to all of their API keys and carry out trades on their account. What actually happened was that their accounts had sold all of the coins that they were holding, sold all coins, and then bought into one particular coin, I believe, which got pumped like absolute crazy, and then everything got sold off and they were put into Tether, apparently. So Binance do appear to have found the issue, and I'm sure that they can probably localize it down to one particular service or one particular website which caused this issue. And as a result, we had a major drop. Okay, you guys know that I don't talk about major drops often, but when it's a 1 hour drop, a 10% drop in the space of 1 hour, yeah, I then can consider that a little bit more major than kind of 2 to 3% when we've been crying before. What has happened since? And this is the interesting thing. Let's go back to the 15 minutes for you guys. I'm going to shrink it down here, make it up that way. So after this drop, a pattern emerged. I'm going to ignore the bottom of this wick here because it was quite a flash kind of crash. Effectively then, I quickly had a look and I saw, a bit of a symmetric triangle that was forming on the 15-minute, or an inverse pennant, and it broke out of that. However, once it broke out, I realized and I noticed that we were just kind of following along this same line here, and in actual fact, these guys here could be readjusted back up to being like that. What does this mean? What does all of this mean? It's still kind of okay. What does it mean? It means that we don't know what Bitcoin is doing right now. This may actually just be a flag, an inverse flag, essentially. We could see anything happening right now. This could be it. This could be the end of it. And just as we have seen many times before, when it's doing a pattern and has a big drop, it continues on the previous trend, and then it has a correction back up to the previous level. So yeah, that is what it could actually be. Or it could just be that this is the sideways movements before a further drop. We do not know. Okay, and not going to make any calls on this because frankly, trying to take some action right now before actually realizing what could have happened is probably not the wisest move. That is why the account for the challenge is still in the alts and everything. If we had pulled out earlier, then we would have been down another $100 from where we are right now. So it's a good thing that we stayed in, otherwise we would be minus 20% today. That is essentially what Bitcoin has been doing, and it's a little bit of pain. So I'm gonna monitor it. We're not gonna buy anything today, guys, because buying today, although everything is super cheap, buying today is super risky, because if we wake up tomorrow and this here was only the little bit of sideways movement before we had before we have another crash, that should be in red, then we're going to be kind of kicking ourselves. It can happen very often. If we go back to let's go up to the 1 hour candles. Go away. If we go back to if we kind of come back to here, before we had the crazy crash, we had some periods of coming down and then moving sideways quite a bit, then dropping again, then even showing little signs of recovery and then dropping yet again. So at this moment in time, in my opinion, it is too risky to alter your position, whichever position you are in. It's a little bit too risky to alter your position. And the best thing that you could do is just hold and monitor and see where things go. If you did tether up for the challenge, then when did you tether up? I mean, I want to see maybe a show of hands. How many people here tethered up? If you are... Oops, I didn't even have the Discord chat open. I do apologize, guys, if anyone asked a question there. Mr. Techie, no introduction by Romeo. No introduction by Romeo, unfortunately. Okay. If you're on the Discord server, you wanna ask a question, please be sure to tag me, or you want to make a comment. And if you are on the YouTube server, please be sure to put a capital letter Q so I can read it out on air. And I noticed that it's actually a comment here. So it seems like a few people tethered up, and some people just holding on. No tether, bought more Walton. That is great. Zach tethered on Sunday. Just 1 second, guys. Just 1 second.
I went partially into tether today on just a couple of coins that I was in profit in, and I'd rather just have a little bit in the wings just in case something happens. So nothing too severe or anything. Just went partially into tether at around, I think it was 9,900 to 10,000 or so. Kind of had a few layered buys there, or sells, I should say.
Yep. So yeah, you know, a few people tethered, a few people didn't tether. Just hold your positions for now. Watch and see how it may potentially go and how it may work out. When I had the symmetric triangle, or even the flag there, it looked like it had broken out, but I didn't call it as a breakout, and that's a good thing, because otherwise I would have kind of been a bit screwed. But so far, right now it's just a case of monitoring it. We do have this line at the bottom here, which it has, as you guys can see, you know, it's been beautifully bouncing off of here quite a few times. And so we're just going to watch and maintain this. Okay, 1 second. I just got to mute a room because there's too many notifications coming through on that, and it's a bit of a distraction. Right, so what are we going to do, and how are we going to do things? Bitcoin right now is struggling at the 10,000 mark, and if we zoom in a little bit more, we can see that it's not that strong, but several times it's come around the 10,000. You know, it went above it here, just ever so slightly for a short amount of time, and then came back down yet again. So we're just looking right now, again, just going to monitor over the next few hours and see which way it decides to go. And once we have a confirmation of which way it goes, then we will take some action. Click. There we go. In terms of RSI, yes, RSI came down very much over here. And a lot of people would have bought in once BTC had come down to this level of RSI. It's not that often when it comes down that deep. You know, there's in this occasion here, and if we scroll up, we can see, yeah, around this time here, it was kind of down there as well. So again, a lot of people watching a lot of indicators, a lot of people try to do some quick TA on it, and the general consensus is that not too many people doing too many stuff. Because yeah, it's too uncertain. You know, it's very, 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 very risky right now to go out and put your money around. I'm just checking if there's any questions. Okay, just general stuff on there. So what are we going to do for the challenge? And if the market continues in this way, i.e., okay, going up to the, oops, that's the wrong place to type that, sorry about that. If the market continues in a kind of sideways recovery movement, then everything is fine. However, if these predictions or these guesstimations, which is a guess and an estimate based on calculations, if we do crash down harder, then for the challenge we will still continue, but we may have to adjust our target, because if we end up spending you know, a third of our time, i.e. 2 months out of the 6 months, trading in an absolute insane bear market, then I will say reaching our goal within 4 months is not really going to be that realistic. Doing it in 6 months was perfectly fine. Doing it in 5 months was okay, it just makes it a little bit harder. Doing it in 4 months is really going to kind of get tight, and I don't want to get too tight to the degree where we end up taking risks for the sake of, you know, for the sake of making stupid money. This isn't a challenge about risk and see who can make more money and who has bigger cojones than the next guy. This is a challenge about the learning and about the understanding and about sharing knowledge. And so, you know, if the market does continue to be bear for the next few days, then we will adjust, and we will publicly adjust, and we will say that we are changing our target, and we may even just have an open target, and we say, guys, you're invited to follow along, you know, and we see what happens. We'll still go for the full 6 months, and we will see where we end up after the 6 months. We may potentially even smash through the target. You know, it is very possible to smash through our target even in the space of 3 months. But we don't want that stress hanging over us, and we don't want people to focus on the financial side of things anymore, because with the way the market is, we may potentially have to start to take riskier actions. And personally, I'm not too comfortable discussing and sharing these riskier actions with people without ensuring that everybody fully understands it. You know, this is not a signals group. Definitely. This is not somewhere where you come and you check up every night and you're like, oh yeah, they bought this, okay, I'm going to buy that. Oh yeah, they bought that, so I'm going to buy this. Oh no, they sold that, okay, I'm going to sell. And I want to move as far away from that as possible. And so that's what will happen. But you know, this is going to be a very, very interesting thing. Got a few comments here on YouTube. Null saying, Techie, wait, wasn't it null before? Why is it only one null now? Techie, if I am making 250k in the next 48 months, I am happy, depending how much you start with, man. If you're starting with $10 and you make 250k in 48 months, then yeah, that's going to be absolutely amazing. Keto Growth saying, why would you adjust the target when it's a bear market? The moment it becomes bullish, you will stack percent gains after gains, in my opinion. Yes, I know, but you know, if there's no point in holding on right now and saying, you know, yeah, we're still gonna, yeah, pump it 250,000, etc. if it becomes you know, a less realistic figure to reach. You know, we always said that we may not get to our target, but we'll at least get close. And if we end up only having 2/3 of the time to do that, you know, and the first third of the time we are essentially just, you know, suffering a lot. And everybody has made losses today. I honestly don't believe a single trader. Okay, if a single trader comes to you and says to you, no, I made 10% profit today, or whatever it is, then yeah, I'm sorry, you got to double check that, because any trader who had any assets in crypto would have really suffered today. Will we explore margin trading? No, we will not explore margin trading. We may talk about it, but we will not be doing it, and we will not be advocating it at all. They only play the market a small portion of the day when the stream is up, when possible. But yeah, bull market would boost things amazingly. Even a sideways market would be absolutely fine. But it's when you have these kind of big drops and stuff, and then the insane amount of FUD and bullshit coming out, that then it makes it a lot more difficult. The trading strategy will change, and you know, we just got to kind of see which direction exactly everything is going to go in. You know, so let's Let's check it out. Let's see. Gang the Tank Joron saying, dude, the challenge is a challenge. I vote to not change the target. It kind of destroys the purpose of a target if you change it. It's a learning experience and the challenge. Nothing is fixed in crypto. My opinion, I'm learning a lot and getting to know new people. No stress. Keep up the positivism and teaching. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know. It's just if we maintain the target of 250,000 and, you know, and it is still achievable. But as I said, yeah, got to keep it realistic, you know. If we only right now have essentially 4.5 months instead of 6 months for trading, then it becomes a different thing. Even and people are saying, a lot of people are currently saying we're going to be bearish until the end of March now. So essentially we're going to have 3 months because while a lot of coins started to recover now, if we really do re-enter a bearish phase, then everything's going to bleed yet again, and we're going to have a repeat of February this month here. So yeah, we don't want to end up having to focus on the dollar value, as I said, and we don't want to be taking stupid risks, and we don't want to be taking stuff. And so in order to mitigate all of those problems and be able to trade and pass on better knowledge, we will move to doing we may reduce the target, we may remove it, but still kind of follow the money and see where it goes. But yeah, we got to make it realistic, to be completely frank, as Kefir says. All right, so guys, if you have any questions right now, please be sure to ask them if you're on the Discord. Be sure to tag me if you are not on the Discord and you're only on the YouTube. Please be sure to put a capital letter Q so I can read it out. You know, yeah. Yep, that is well, actually technically then the actual YouTube description was false, because we didn't even start with $1,500. We started with 1,420. So already that description is not completely true. But we're going to still work hard, and we're going to still do everything necessary to kind of get as close to that level as possible. And yeah, we're going to see how everything is going to go, and that's it. So not the longest of streams today, guys, to be honest. Just remain calm, okay? Don't worry about everything. Don't worry about what is happening in the market. We did Mind Week last week, the week before, I can't even remember now, and we covered a lot of stuff. And I would say, guys, I'm going to post the audio files again just because they're available as an audio file. I don't know why YouTube is shortening the links, which I think makes it a little bit difficult. Just go and listen again to the Mind Week audio files. You can download them as an MP3 to wherever you want, or wherever it is. And just remain calm, okay? There's going to be a lot, just expect it. Expect from now that there's going to be a lot of panic, and a lot of people screaming, and a lot of people making calls, and a lot of people making predictions, and a lot of people doing a lot of crazy shit. Just remain calm, okay? Really, just don't worry about anything. The minute that you start to worry, the minute you get all the stress, is when you're going to be trading, you know, without your full mental ability and trading blind. You know, if you just follow whoever screams fire, you know, then essentially you're going to end up getting burnt one day. Just remain calm. We'll analyze the situation. I will try to update you guys as much as possible whenever I can, and we can kind of take things as they go. One step at a time. You know, if the market does return to being bullish, then we're in a great position. We have some alts, we have some Bitcoin, and we can buy some more stuff. If the market does instead really start to go bearish again, then we will pull out of our positions, and we will adopt our trading strategy whereby we only go for quick flips over, you know, 24 hours to 48 hours, you know, and that is what we will do. So, but for now, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Got a question here. Techie, I follow John's TA for all things crypto. What do you think about John's most recent TA? Thank you. I don't know. I haven't checked out John's most recent TA. I don't know. But if you follow John's TA, then follow John's TA. You know, you're welcome to follow and do whatever it is you wish. You're welcome to follow anyone, actually. And so, you know, this is designed for you to actually understand the stuff, and hopefully then with the skills that you have, that you've learned from here, you can read John's TA and you can understand it properly. You know, we got Sparky Mark saying, for us new to the market, what's it going to be like for us when the market is nicely bullish? You're going to wake up every day and have a giant smile on your face. Keto Growth, is everything okay with Romeo? No introduction. Yes, Romeo is absolutely fine. What are the roles mentioned in the challenge channel? The roles? What roles? I don't know what roles. We don't have any roles. Yeah, so that's that. No more questions on there. Let me have a look here and see if there are any questions on the Discord server. I don't see any questions there. Okay, done. A huge smile seems uncomfortable. Oh, that's great. All right, guys. So just a bit of a short stream for you. If you are concerned, if you are stressed, if you are worried, if anything at all, reach out and ask around and ask people. The most important thing you can do at this point in time, guys, is, you know, you can get multiple opinions. You can do your own research, and then you can, you know, you can take the decisions based on your own interpretation of the stuff. You know, this is what the challenge is about. It's about teaching you to become your own trader, you know, of you going out and researching stuff for yourself and you reaching your own conclusions by listening to multiple people, or, you know, researching stuff for yourself and doing everything. So follow that. You know, it's what we've been talking about for weeks and why we've been teaching so many things on here. If you are literally here for signals and to hear us say, yeah, guys, the market is safe, everybody buy into alts right now, please don't watch another stream. I will be upfront. I will be absolutely frank with you guys. If you are here just to hear buy and sell and all you want to do is just copy the trades that we are making, don't. Please. There are a million other places that you can go to. I am not interested. All right? Don't. But if you're actually here and you want to learn, then you better hang around. Because so far from everywhere else that I have seen online, in trading places and wherever it is, this is the only one place where you're going to get a holistic trading. This is the only one place where you're going to find somebody who gives you the time of day. Okay, and this is the only place where you're going to be able to get, you know, a beautiful amount of knowledge and everything for you to go out there and start to understand stuff. So, yeah.
And it's all free.
And it's all free. Absolutely freaking free. You know,
like we're spending time here to teach people how to trade and to do things, spending our own time, and it's all for free. Like I need to work in 3 hours after the stream mostly, so yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm in Europe, you know, and before the challenge was happening, I was going to bed sometimes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now that the challenge is happening, I'm going to bed at stupid o'clock in the morning. I wake up and I find a lot of DMs from people, and I do try to spend, you know, time answering every single person's DM. Sometimes, like, I may accidentally click on a DM and intend to reply to it, and then it gets lost somewhere in my list. So if you sent me a DM and I haven't answered you within 24 hours, you send me another DM. You're like, Techie, you missed my message, and I will reply to it. You know, it's not intentional that I miss anyone's messages. And I take a lot of time to reply to everyone. So if you're interested in learning, then this is the place that you should hang out. If you're here for signals and you just want to follow along blindly, GTFO, you know? I'm sorry, but I got to be strong with that. So guys, as you can see again, you know, it's just bouncing around here. I will actually, what I can do, I'm going to update this chart. I'm going to be updating this chart with some very basic lines and stuff, guys. You're welcome to go through and check it out and refresh it every so often. I will try to update it whenever anything major happens and see what I have seen. Okay, I'm not going to do insane TA where we come in with Fibonacci and we come from the bottom and we go up to the top and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to bounce off of this line and we're going to do that. No, this is going to be very basic TA, just showing you guys essentially the channels, okay, and showing you the trend lines that are happening, and then you can monitor them for yourself and you can start to draw. I really wish everybody was drawing things like this. Jeff has actually been really amazing, like sending me a lot of charts, and it's been absolutely absolutely great, you know, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it's check it out. I will try to update it as much as possible. If you have a question, feel free to send me a message. Yeah, and that's it, guys. So have a good day, have a good night, relax, unwind, take a break, come back tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. All right. Oh, take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Take care.